Beer. All right, cool. So, what was your situation or challenge before joining the AWS Cloud Engineer program?
My situation or my challenge. So like where I was at.
And what was like some of the problems you were facing? Well, like, trying to make six figures or like, yeah, because I remember you were doing Scrum.
Yeah. So with me, it was more so. So I went to school, got a degree in cybersecurity and was able to get a field like a job in my field in cybersecurity. So I was in tech already. And basically I was trying to like grow to get to six figures because like it was an entry level role, but like it's just one of them situations just because of the company I work at, it was just not gonna happen. It's just the way the company set up that I was currently at, So, what I wanted to do was I basically wanted to try to get six figures, in tech. But I think what I did is I went about it the wrong way. At first, what I really wanted to do was like, okay, what's the easiest way I can get to six figures? In the sense of job wise. Like, what's the easiest job, the sweetest job? I'm trying to like take the easiest route possible. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to do no work. I don't want to have to really bust my brain and everything. So I found Scrum because I knew different Scrum Masters and everything like that. So I was basically trying to break into tech with Scrum. But, you know, there's a bunch of people that's going to have that mindset of like, what's the easiest way? And there's going to be so many of y'all to the point, like literally the Scrum Master market is oversaturated, like super oversaturated. And it's like, so much people get laid off and like out of jobs and stuff because of how, you know, the work isn't super duper complex
Mm.
as a cloud engineer and DevOps. You know what I'm saying? Because you're actually gonna have to put in like time and like work to actually gain that skill. But with Scrum, it's not really too much of a heavy skill. It's more so just communication and just selling. And
Mhm.
so basically, me just trying to do that, the market was just so sad oversaturated. Like I just couldn't break through. So it's like it's rather, grow within cybersecurity or find another way to like, go in tech. But like I think after that process is when I'm like, okay, I'm actually gonna like want to like learn something
Mhm.
and a real like skill for like let me stop trying to like take the easy whip route or like, you know,
Put it to work to get that skill that you.
work. Like
So I remember, like even when I started learning, like I told you about, like, hey, I'm about to start this cloud engineer stuff. You were going through that Scrum process, right?
yeah, so at that point, I was actually like trying to like get in like the interview phase, like because like I said, Scrum is not too hard to learn. And I remember you telling me like, yeah, you about to start and anything like that. And literally, again, it's just you telling me you got to code, you gonna have to like learn so much, you gonna have to do this with all these different like that's just too much work. Like
Mhm.
you're trying to do too much work, learn all this skill to really like gain something. It's like I'm not doing all that. It's just I'm not doing all that. It's just laziness. Like
And then like, what was the thing that like had you say to yourself, like, nah, I gotta lock in? Like what was that pivoting moment?
I think the pivoted moment, I'm not even gonna say just you doing it, but I think the pivoting moment was more so you just saying like it's just something you said. You was just like, yo, I'm telling you right now, all you got to do is learn this skill one time, and if you learn it one time, you're gonna be straight forever because it's like, yes, it's gonna be a process to learn. You're gonna have to put in work and have to put in hours, but like once you know it, and nobody can take that away from you. And I was just like, man, like I was just thinking about like because like I said, I'm a person who I finesse everything, like school finesse. Everything I do, I'm finessing everything. Like I'm gonna find a way and I'm gonna finesse. It is the one time I'm like, you can't finesse here.
Yeah.
I learned this, but you're like, bro, if you learn it, trust me, you're gonna know because this is like years worth of like experience and like things you're gonna learn in this skill. And once you know it, like you're gonna have the confidence, you're gonna know what you're talking about. Like it's gonna be different. I'm telling you. And it was just one of those situations. I'm like, okay, I'm getting older, and I really do want to like change my circumstances and everything too. Because I also do want to work like remotely and everything like that because I have other ventures and stuff where it's like if I have the flexibility to like work remote and everything too, I know what it could do and change my situation because I had a remote work situation before and I knew what I was doing then.
And now you're working remote, you're making more money too. And it's like you have more resources that you can allocate towards like your business, your passion. So so you're doing IT, now you're making six figures. Number one, how does it feel?
Bro, it's like, bro, it's honestly like a blessing, and it's honestly like a you really look back like Like all the time, I look back to like day one. Like it's one of those things you just reflect, like, yo, I remember where I was at, and then I see where I'm at now. And it's so crazy because it's like if I could go back to myself day one, because it's funny, because I literally during interviews, that's like one of my questions. Like I ask interviewers, they're like, "Oh, ask me questions." I'm like, "Yo, if you can go back and give yourself advice day one, what would you tell yourself?"
Hey, that's dope.
So I literally say that, and they're like, "Oh, I love that question." Ooh, and they're like, and they give me deep answers all the time. And as I ask them that question, the reason I ask them that question is because I think about that myself.
Mhm.
Like, if I can go back and tell myself day one, like when I was starting this journey, like I would have told myself to even lock in more and quicker, like and like really get on it because like even then, like again, finesse, still procrastinating, just like I feel like I really just prolonged my process, like in general too, just because I just wasn't as locked in as I could have been. And
Mhm.
of course I hit strides where I was, but like when I really like just locked in, like now that I'm at six figures and I'm looking back, I'm like, yo, what was you do? Like you could have been here.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, been doing this.
Yeah.
It's just like, but it is what it is. You live and you learn. But it's like, again, that's also just like growth as a character, like
So
every
so what would you say to someone who's considering like joining like this program but it's unsure? It's just like kind of like, I don't know. They're just like they're just like they haven't made that decision yet. What would you tell them?
I would say that, like if say it was a marathon, like when you're running a marathon, you know, well, first of all, most people, if they're running in a marathon, they wouldn't just stop completely in the marathon. They will keep running until they reach the finish line, even if they don't know like when the finish line is going to be there, but they're going to keep running. And
Mhm.
not only just that, if they're running and they're running with people, or they know that they're running with like assistants beside them, that will make them even want to keep on running more.
Mhm.
Like I think it's something where it's like if you're running, you might not be as fast, but if you're running with people fast, you're gonna end up getting faster too.
Yeah.
So it's one of those. So it's just one of those situations to where it's like if you can see that there's an end goal and what the end goal is six figures. If you actually believe you can get there and you want to get there, because it's possible, it's literally up to you. Like it's just one of those situations where it's like just start running. Just start running because it's like that finish line will come. And it's like once you're there, like you're there. Like you won the race. You won the race. Like you're
So,
good.
so what would you tell someone that's like, because someone's going to be watching this and they're going to be like, yo, like, I don't know if this is real. Like, I mean, of course, they're going to see the offer letters, they're going to see, different stuff, but they're still just like, yo, like, is this really real? Like, how can this person make six figures in this amount of time frame? And then not even six figures scaling to, multiple.
Good more. Because that's where we're going right now.
And so what would you tell them? Like, let's say you're in their shoes and that like you have like you're talking to them. Like you're that person. And what would you tell yourself?
Like if I was talking to them, I would be like, yo, this is an opportunity. This is a once in an opportunity lifetime. And not only just that, um, this is this is something where it's like if you want it and you are willing to put in the work and actually like learn this skill, I can assure you it's going to happen. And not only just that, I think you give a base on like I think once they understand the skill, they understand even if they don't know how to do it. Once they understand the skill, understand how complex it is, and understand the type of work they'll be doing, they will understand exactly why you're getting paid what you're getting paid.
Mhm.
Like you will act like honestly like understand it completely. Cause if I just gave a random example where I'm like, yo, this is a hospital file or something with people's social security numbers in it and everything like that. And you're gonna basically build, something and do some type of work, whatever, to keep this safe and make our lives easier. And we're up $10 billion. We don't have no problem give you this chump 150. You don't have no problem give you this chump 150 because I'll tell you what, we're giving you this little 150, 135,000, this 200K. You just made us another M.
Mhm.
Out to you, this is your little chump change we're about to throw you, and that's really how it is.
Mhm.
Because
Typically on contracts, if they're paying you like $100,000, the company is making typically on average 10 times of what they're paying you. So they're making $1 million just by having you on to hire you for this contract.
and I hack. And I'm happy. I'm happy with it. Hey, I make you 1 million, but you go break me off 100. Hey, cool. But that's literally like actually what's actually really happening.
So you would tell them, yo, like number one, this stuff is like real, and like, buddy, you have to put in the work, you got to put in the time, but you really just learn it one time, and you have the skill set for life.
Yeah, and like it really is real. And it's like, and the way you can see it's real is just go on a LinkedIn, go on Dice, and see how much people are hiring.
Yeah.
The positions are there. Like I don't have to. I'm not listing no positions myself.
And there's so many more jobs coming out every single day. It like this field is an abundance of jobs. It's an abundance of opportunities, but it's more so like, do you have the skill set to actually obtain one of these offer letters? And that's really what it is.
That's literally what it is. And it's like, again, like it's always going to be there too. Like this is tech. This is a part of just like I said. Once they understand, it's like okay, you're gonna, and that's another thing too. Like it's just one of those situations where it's like if you're unsure and everything like that, honestly, just like I said, just go search up like job listings and posters and stuff, and like or even go watch something like or use ChatGPT and ask them, yo, why do they get paid this or what do they actually do, and you will see it yourself. And like there's also people you can look at like, oh, that person's doing it, that person's doing it. That's another thing too. There's people you can have conversations with. If that person was skeptical, they called me. I could tell them. I could show them. Like I could show like I can actually show them. Not even just that. Like this is a career like from so many people in the world. Like it's like information. This is all information that's out there. But are you going to be the one to go seek it?
Yeah.
Mhm. And obtain it? So it's just like I think that's just what I would tell them because it's just another thing too, where it's like, you know, and I'm always about the advancement, for our people and trying to push people forward. But this has got to be something you want. This got to be something you want to learn. This got to be something you want to put the time in for. It's honestly something where it's like, well, my energy is more so on some. I'm trying to give sauce. I'm trying to give blessings. I'm trying to help everybody. I'm cool. But if it's something where you don't really, want to, you don't want to believe in it, forever, whatever reasons and stuff, honestly, like I'm not gonna be the type to beg you, just be bro.
I'm the same way because it's like,
Like I'm trying to help you, like, because mind you, even though like you're helping us and you're giving us a service and you're really helping. What another thing you realize is like you really help us a lot. You teach us the right way, everything like that. But like this is work and time you're gonna have to put in yourself.
mm-hmm.
You helped me a bunch, but I know damn well what I did. Like I put so much in this. Like I put the time in this motherfucker. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I put in work. You know what I'm saying? Based off of also what you gave, because you did give us work. But it's like I know like there's no way you could do a data dump where you take what's in your brain and put it in mine. Like I had to like learn this stuff, really understand this stuff. And the way you like set it up is like to where I'm at now, to where I really do learn. But it's like I know I know times I put in. I know the hours, like everything like that. So it's like again, if you're willing to put in that work, it's easy.
How do you feel about like the like my teaching style, like in terms of like, do you feel like I was able to break down the information so like pretty much so people can understand it, even if they don't even know, if they're not in tech, or even if they are in tech, like what would you say about that aspect? Like my
I'll,
teaching style.
I'll say I went to elementary school, middle school, high school, college, got a degree and everything. I'm saying right now, if you were my teacher throughout my entire life of all my school phases, I would have been summa cum laude or something like that. Like it's like the best teaching like I've had in my life, like literally,
Wow.
like no in my life because just the way you break down information, the way you like teach us also how to go find other information and stuff, and just how you break shit down. You break shit down to where it's like you always said, like first of all, you don't really know something until you can teach it, you know. But it's also like the way you break things down to where like a fourth, fifth grader can understand it. And just using analogies to make stuff stick way much more. You know what I'm saying? It's just like just a way of teaching. It's like, yo, you really remember it. Like you remember it. You
Mhm.
rem- and it's like you teach in a way too, is like you can learn it, but also like teach it to yourself in another way too, but by how you're teaching it. I'm saying so it's really just one of those things where it's like teaching style wise is like it's just so great. And it's like patience, and there's just even way much more. like to like really like learn and understand the stuff, like really understand concepts, really understand the breakdowns and stuff. And it's so like thoroughly like put out where it's like, dang, like you really like you personally, you really put time into it. And it's like, I appreciate it too. And it's like even stuff where it's like, even like how you got the whole thing, but like you got notes and everything too. Is like, these are the best notes ever. Like I didn't even have to write it myself and everything like that. And I can, or I can do more, but it's just like, yo, it's just really like the teaching style is like super elite.
Talking about like the videos and then the notes that goes with the videos. Yeah, that took like 18, 19 hours to build that. But I was like, yo, even if a fifth grader was to go through these notes, they will still be able to get the skill. And like that's kind of like how, and I made it simple, I made it straight to the point, and then just actionable stuff that you can do. Like, yeah, I put like hours into that.
That's another thing too. Like that's another thing too. Like that hands-on experience, like or that like, okay, I heard it, I read it, but it's like that too. Like it's everything. It's the way you communicate it, the way you break it down, then the way you teach it, and then it's like, all right, now that we just did all that, first of all, like, how do you see it? You know what I'm saying? How do you see it? Break it down your own way. But regardless, we still got this hands on. Like, now go to it. Actually do it. Like, put some action towards it. And it's like, dang, like, now you do it. And it's like, I actually know this stuff. Like, I actually know this to where it's like, if my homie was to ask me, like, oh, what's this? I could actually teach it to them.
Yeah, because you can like you learned it your own way, and then you did it. You did some type of action, like you applied that knowledge. You get some hands-on experience. If someone was to ask you, you would literally explain it in your own way. Like instead of Pokemon, like the analogy you would use to Call of Duty analogies for Docker for containerization. And it's like, oh, like yeah, that's what it is. Let me go ahead and show you real quick. So this is a Docker file. You're gonna type this in. This is what this is. Blah blah blah. Like you really break it down. And so that was the whole point, man. It was just like it's like yeah, you're in a boot camp, and at the end of the day, you're gonna have 5 years of experience on your resume, but you're not really lying completely because the way that you're able to articulate what's on your resume is like, yo, this person has more than 5 years. Like he has, like he knows someone that's even like there was this somebody I know. She's in the boot camp and she talked to her friend that's in has years of experience as cloud engineer and she just started. She was like, she was telling the guy like what she doing, and the guy was like, "Dang, you know more than me." And
Literally.
it's crazy because it's like the stuff that I teach is more so like, yo, this is what's gonna make you a well-rounded, good cloud engineer. And it's a video I uploaded on the in the program, but I interviewed this guy on my team. He has 25 years of experience, and he was just telling me advice for like, you know, how to be a well-rounded, good cloud engineer. And it's literally what I teach in the program. Like, and it was just another confirmation, like, okay, like this stuff is like gold because it's like the stuff that he said, seeing the full picture, like infrastructure, deploying that application there, right, securing that application like VPCs to be able to monitor it. That's something I want to add to monitoring it with like CloudWatch and stuff like that. And so like it was just more so like looking at not just one side, just not just being a cloud infrastructure engineer, just using Terraform to build out infrastructure, which is a job in in itself, but more so like the different pieces that goes behind that, like deploying that application, building that infrastructure, before you even deploy that application, thinking about reliability, thinking about deploying like different servers in the application load balancer if you need to like have some type of reliability. Maybe not going the route of using EC2s, but maybe EKS because you can use an autoscaler to scale up or scale down depending on the workload, or like and then that application and then that monitoring side of things.
Now, what I was gonna say is just so crazy too, because it's like, all you just said, right? Is
You understand what I'm saying?
not only that I can understand what you're saying, but it's like before I even started, and like say you said that same thing to me before you started, like, yeah, Docker and deploying it. It's like you're just all looking at like, yo, what the hell are you talking about? Like, I don't know what you're, but it's like literally so crazy. And I ain't gonna lie, it was like I was a little shook too, like, yeah, I'm not ready to learn all that. That's too much. Da, da, da. But it's like within weeks, I'm actually able to talk to you about those tools and like actually know what the hell you're talking about. Like exactly what you're talking about. So even where not only can I have conversations with you, but even if it's somebody else in the program or somebody else, it's like I can have conversations with them. And we actually, this is a language we all speak.
That's all money language.
This is a money language. And it's a language where it's like, I can go there, they don't know what I'm talking about. But I can go here and y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's exactly why we getting paid what we getting paid.
it's funny because Isaac in the program he was like pretty much I think he had used you for a reference or something like that. And then he was like, yeah, it's crazy because it's like I think you or Isaac, I can't remember, but it was like, yeah, it's crazy because like we all use the same language. Like they can call me and I could talk about like the cloud migration project and talk about the details. Or they can call you, like the recruiter to verify. And you saying the same thing. He was like, damn, like we all speaking the same language.
We all speak the same language.
It's that money language, right?
Those money talk, you know what I mean?
It is, yeah, for real, for real. All right, cool, cool, cool. So let's go through these last questions. Um, so why did you choose this program over other options?
Um, Reason I chose this program over other options was first things first, seeing is believing. You know, I saw it with you. So seeing is believing.
So what do you see?
I saw you get into it. Like I saw you get into it. I saw you succeeding with it. I saw you really put time and learn a skill and like now I know the skill so well you can teach it. You know, put in time to it. Um, you know, we're a little bit closer. So like I seen pace like, you know, like and you know, so I seen that part too. You know, I just seen how it like and I seen how it changed your life also, you know, but also I just did see like also I think with me, it's just a little bit different having a technical background because it's not like, but it's so crazy because like your program is put to a point where it's like you can take somebody, you can just pull just a nurse. You can just go to a hospital, take a nurse, throw in this program, and she can come out a cloud DevOps engineer.
There's a nurse in this program. I think it's like two nurses in here. Someone
Well,
from sales too.
and the reason I say nurses is because like I feel like just the scopes is just so different. Like whereas like
Mhm.
has a spectrum, but like that's how well the program is put together. Whereas like you don't even have to be in tech to like really understand the stuff. So like with me, I feel like me being in tech already, like there's certain things you already had with your program outlined that I could see even before joining, where I'm like, me being in tech, I'm able to see like, oh, this is solid. It's just because it's just like if it was like I got a security plus. Like if I was trying to learn security plus or like trying to achieve that like certification, just how I seen how you had it outlined, like if I can go back and get my security plus again, and there was like a program like yours where it's like outlined like this, I'm like, oh, that's how it's gonna be. Yeah, I'm gonna do this program just because of how it's outlined outside, even looking in. But again, I'm able to see that because it's tech, so I think that like played a part in it too.
What would you say for someone that's like, because a lot of me, I talk to people that are like, yo, I'm about to go for this certification, or they're like, oh, I'm about to go for this degree. What's your perspective of like going for certifications or degree or a program like my program? What would you say? Like, what would you say about that?
So what I would say is more so, especially having certifications and certain things, and like, you know what I've realized, especially once you're actually interviewing and you realize certifications is cool, but like experience and work experience is really like what is like the big spades. You know what I'm saying? That's really the joker cards. And and really understanding what you're doing and everything. Like with certifications is more so just, oh, let me remember this information to then put it on the test or fill out this multiple choice answer, or like, let me just get these things right, you know? Whereas like this program is like you actually have to really know you actually have to like know everything for real. And like
You're applying it too.
and like and make it practical, like really apply it and like understand it. So like that's just the biggest difference, especially like with certification and work experience. And it's a difference where it's like, you know, again, you can just do like you can go somewhere, like say you go to Quizlet and you're like, it's a 10 question test. You can study those 10 answers
Mhm.
and then just see it on the test when they scramble it and just remember the answers and just fill it in. But you don't really know it.
And then you forget about it like after like 3 months.
You remember the answers. But it's a difference where it's like it's and it's literally it's crazy. You can give somebody a test that's 10 multiple choice and 10 written response. And like they might not even have the same score on both of them.
Hmm.
They might not, because that written response, we really have to go into detail. And if somebody like that's so technical detail that they know it, they're gonna like really read it and like see like if you really know what you're talking about.
And I think that's the difference because a lot of people think, oh, I need to get this certification. The reason why they're doing it is because they want to get a job or they want to feel like they're qualified, right? And it's like at the end of the day, when you do get into the interview, it's not multiple choice, it's written response. tell me a time where you've had this problem at this, at your previous role. Tell me a time where you've used this tool, right? So it's like you kind of have to go in depth and write out or really talk out your experience, which is something that they're lacking. And so, like, even me myself, I was certifications that I get my degree, but like I've struggled for a long time to get a job, right? But it wasn't until I understood, like, yo, they really care. And I asked hiring managers, like, what do y'all care about? Like, why did you guys hire me? And it was really what you just said, experience. Like, they will rather hire someone who has that experience because they know if they were to give them this task, they can do the job, as opposed to someone with just certifications or a degree where they've never seen this experience before.
And like I said, like I told you earlier, like I'm a person, I was finesse everything. So even a certification, I can finesse the certification. If I wanted to, I could get a certification finessed. I could finesse my way through a test. If who knows who's watching this? Have you ever cheated on a test yourself? Have you ever all that? There with this, there's no cheating.
Yeah, you can't cheat applying that knowledge.
Like you know it or you don't.
Yeah.
And if you know it, you're happy because you do know it. Because
Mhm.
there's nowhere you're not gonna know it. You know what I'm saying? If you put the time in, you're gonna know it. So it's like that we're in response. Whereas like, because you just really know the stuff like the back of your hand.
Okay. All right. So we got a couple of minutes. Let's finish. We got like like 4 questions left. And so, how did the program help you achieve your goal of landing a remote AWS cloud engineer position?
Um, it really helped a lot because it's like, again, you have action steps, you have projects, you have notes, you have resources, you have videos, you have community, you have all that, and it's all tools to like help towards your success. To where it's like, you know, it's really like it's now you just have to have yourself. That's like the last piece to it. This system is already there. It's now more so you just have to have yourself and just really apply yourself to like do everything you have to do. And if you do everything you have to do, it's like act from there. It's just a matter of time.
So really quick answer. So someone who's like, yo, I really want this for myself. I have the desire. Do you think that there will be, if they were to be put in this environment where they have the resources that you just listed, they would be successful?
If they like were to if they are like hungry, they really want to do it, they're gonna put the time in. They're not bullshitting. I can see they're not bullshitting. I can see the type of time they're putting in. I can see by conversations how they're understanding the technologies, how they're understanding like the knowledge and everything like that. And they're really putting the time in, and I know they won't quit. I'm a gambler. So it's crazy because I can talk like this now, but like, hey, like I got 2,500 on it. You feel me? Like I'm pretty down on it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like that now. It's a little different now. Like, but I like for sure, like I wholeheartedly believe it because like, you know, I did it. And now I personally have somebody I know like in a program that they're doing it, and I can see they're hungry. I can see how they're doing it. And I'm like, dang, they're gonna be faster than me. It's like I know they're on their way already too. And it's like, again, I literally like seen it like with just different students, because I feel like I'm a OG in like the program and everything too. Like I can see when the different students, like I can see who's really like gonna be like and who's not. But also the cool thing about it too is like, you know, if you're not locked in, like and time just passes, there could be another moment where you could like, could just hit you to where you like it. Because it happened with me.
Yeah,
Um,
happens to other people who got.
like it happened. It happened. Whereas like I was here, I was procrastinating, I was bullshit. And I was just letting time pass by. And then I was like, what am I doing? Like, and I will go back to myself. And then I really locked in. And like, once I really locked in, so I'm here now. So like, granted, I'm not gonna like keep beating that dead horse. Like, dog, I could have did it way much. What you could have been? You could have been. But it's like, okay, but I'm here now. Like, that's all that matters. Like, so, but I see it already. And it's like, it's so cool about that too. So,
Okay. All right. So what skills or knowledge did you gain from the program that you didn't have before?
man, everything like when it comes to being a well-rounded cloud engineer, DevOps engineer, I got it. Whether it's infrastructure as code, CI/CD pipelines, building out different infrastructure, different AWS services, you know what I'm saying, containerization, just like I really got it all, like in the sense of like where like it's an interview, it's a project and stuff. Like I really did it. Like
What's some of the projects? What's some of that?
yeah. So of course you got the migration project. You got the migration project where it's like that's like my bread and butter in interviews. Like that's the project I lead with.
So one sentence to just explain that.
So one sentence. So basically just had to like migrate, you know, an application and databases from on-prem to AWS. So what I had to do is I had to build like a, infrastructure that was like reliable, scalable, just everything like that. So basically I had to go ahead, build out 8 different EC2s. I did 4 for the front end, 4 for the back end. When I did that with the back end portion, I had to, you know, build out my VPC, configure my AM roles. The front end, I had to attach a application load balancer to it, use Route 53 and everything like that to make it accessible and everything, the traffic flow, everything like that. I'm just going in like this is what I'm doing in interviews. Like I'm literally telling them about that ETL pipeline. I go into that, talk about and I can go ahead, break down the project.
So just list out, just name the different projects. So cloud migration, ETL. Okay.
Cloud migration, ETL, deploying an application to EKS using Helm, but like pushing it to ECR first. Just containerizing another application and just deploying it to EKS, but using Argo CD to like automate that.
That
Within Jenkins, building out different Jenkins pipelines, but using different security tools such as SonarQube and Trivy to make my DevSecOps pipelines more secure and everything like that. Building out different infrastructures within Terraform. Well, building out all my infrastructure within Terraform. I tell them like I do everything in Terraform, which I really do. Like, and another thing too is like you have so many great projects, but it's like once you're really like in the flow of doing projects and stuff, there is also so many projects on YouTube that you could do. Like I did a Netflix clone project, whereas like I took Netflix, basically created like a Netflix server and everything like that to then clone it and basically like deploy it on my own, you know, like instance and everything like that. So
it's a when you go to the website, your website on your server, you can see like a Netflix. It looks like Netflix, and you see the videos and all that stuff.
it's mine, but I like built that entire like service and everything like that. I
You understand how API works because you had to use the API for the video database to connect to your server.
understand it all. Even whereas like there's even fun like that's the other thing too. Like once you just get in the rabbit hole, there's even fun things to do. Like there's a Terraform project on YouTube where it's like, you're building out a Spotify playlist with Terraform.
Yeah, I remember you told me.
When it's like, you build out your different modules and everything like that to then, list out everything to end up having a playlist like, within Spotify. Because Spotify, you could change. I mean, with Terraform, you could change your provider. I didn't even know Spotify was a provider for Terraform.
It was there you told me. I didn't know either.
Yeah, but it's just like, yo, there's just so much you could just do. And it's like, again, once you understand it, like, because people might be watching right now, like, yo, like, okay, he's saying all this, but like, you're gonna get to a point you know it too.
I was about to say, like, someone that's looking at this that don't know what you're doing. Like, it's like, yo, it's not speaking another language. And the crazy thing is, you were like that. Even me was like that. But now we're speaking it, and it's like, yo, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien. How are you? Good. ¿Y tú? And you? It's like, yo, that it's another language, but we understand it in English. Like in our head, we're like, oh, like Terraform, containerization. Like when we say that word, it's like we understand it. Like we really know it because, like I said, like you said, you took the time to really, learn it. Now, no one can ever take this. Like literally, it's a part of you to make 6 figures. Right? We're about to scale to $500,000 a year, 25,000, and so another thing because sometimes when I say $500,000, some people are just like, yo, even on my, even on some of my marketing, like some people are like, yo, this is a scam, like $500,000, like what? Some people's like, yo, I've been in the field for like, 15 years. I can tell you this guy's selling snake oil. What would you say in terms of your net? So now you're making 6 figures, 166,000 a year in terms of, and you don't have to go into detail because that's like inside my program, but in terms of my strategies, in terms of scaling to $500,000, talk about how realistic that is and how that's like a basic standard. Like there's people doing more, but in terms of that's like the floor. That's the baseline. So I want your perspective on like how realistic it is to make 500,000 with the strategies that I have.
It's so realistic, and it's just one of those things. Once you understand everything, it's gonna be like so like easy to like understand. Whereas like, oh, it's not even that complex. It's not even that crazy. It's really not that crazy at all. It's just like you could just ask 2 questions. Do you have a skill? Yes. Can you multitask? Yes. Okay. It even easier. Like, because not everybody went to college. Not everybody went to college, but everybody did. Like, most people did go to school. Okay. In high school, did you have more than one class?
Mhm.
Oh, yes, you did. You had how many classes you have? You had 4 classes in high school, like in one semester. Did you ever pass 2 classes? If you were able to pass 2 classes, weren't those 2 imagine, mind you, these are all different subjects that you were able to conduct and like pass all different subjects and stuff within school. Like you just think of how school is. School, you can have science, you can have math, you can have, you know, history.
Mhm.
And you were able to balance all those different compartments and still pass those or still do it or understand at least something that was going on.
Mhm.
But imagine you were at a school where your first class is cloud engineering, and your second class is cloud engineering, and your third class is cloud engineering. It's all the same shit. Might
Mhm.
just be a little tweak here and there, but it's like it's all the same subject. So you don't think you can do it at the same time? Like it's literally that simple. It's literally that simple.
Mhm. And there's ethical ways to do it too, like having your own business where you're getting these contracts within your company and like literally even like outsourcing, the work to, people, engineers inside your company, but that's a whole different ball game.
That's a whole nother part.
But I mean, because I know people there are like 1.7 mil right now doing stuff like that. I know someone's at 1.2, but it's just more so like 500,000. When I say that, it's like that's like the low ball. Like, and like there's so much opportunities um where people can make more. That's why I told everyone in the program $500,000. That's where we're starting. Right. And then I'm gonna show you guys how to scale even more. But that at least $500,000. But nonetheless, you're at the first step. Congratulations on 166,000, 14,000 a month, which is insane, right? The taxes part, like, is very simple. You just take 30% and put into another account, and every quarter just pay your taxes. It's really that simple.
And the second one's coming real soon too. Like it's just crazy. Like, but
Yeah, second job, third job is coming. The 500,000 is coming.
and granted, like, and that's another thing too. Like, I know everybody might see the 500 and be like, "Oh, 500," but like, some people are in different places of life. Some people are content with different things. Yo, if you don't want to go to 500,000, like I'll tell you right now, 125, 130,000% guaranteed. Remote work from home, like even 500,000 is still, but like even if you don't even want to think that big, you want to think smaller. And like 125, 30, 130, like it's literally impossible not for it to happen. You know what I'm
I
saying?
will
So
I
that
will say it's impossible only if they truly want it. Like it's not possible if they're like, oh, I like the idea of it, and then they join, but then like they don't really want it. They just like, I'm not gonna show up. I'm not gonna like take advantage of the resources in the community. Like, but in terms of someone, because I've taught people that's just like, oh, I want it. It's my main point is it's it's almost impossible not to be successful if you truly want this for yourself. Like,
lit- it's literally that, and it's like, I think another thing with your program I like is like where it's like this this is a career. This is a career. This is a nice job to have, and it's a cool job to have, especially when you know the skill. You like the fact that the skill that you actually end up like gaining like a love and an enjoyment for this thing, to where like it almost does become a passion in a sense. But like people are different. This might not even be somebody's passion. But I think learning throughout the stuff, you're gonna appreciate and really like enjoy what you are doing. And even if not, like I said, even if it's just like they don't want to get to the 5, but they want to get to like 130 or 140 or something. Even if they do that to then get that to build in, to really invest in what they really want to invest in, like they could use that. Like you could do that with this too. Like 1,000%. Like right now, like for example, say I hated cloud engineering. I didn't even want to do it, but I'm like, yo, I just put the passion in. I found a way to get it. Now I'm at 166. But say my real passion is it's like, painting or something like that. Like I can take this 166,000 and really implement it and like pump it into my painting to where it's like I can now make 500 off of me painting, which could also end up the end goal. But like you can get what you want out this program if you put in the work. Like that's another perspective too to have, because like sometimes some people might not even like be like, oh, I only want 500. Some people are different, like different folks, different strokes. So it's like it's all that, but like you can use this program and like get here with the university, like you say, take your steps, get to a certain point and like scan the area, see what you really want to do. And it's like there's just so much. Like it just opens up your world to even make your life just better. So it's like that's another perspective too. I want to give people too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Just to add on top, because there was someone that I talked to in the past, and she didn't like her job. It was a woman. She didn't like her job, but then like she was also just like, I don't know if like cloud engineer is something I would want to do. And then what she was probably making like anywhere from 20 or 40,000, because the job that she has is kind of low pay. But then like I said, I'm not gonna, hey, join my, no, I'm never just saying, hey, join my program. If you don't want it, that's fine. I don't even want to work with people who don't really want it, right? But in terms of like after that meeting, I was thinking, I was like, wait a minute. She says she doesn't like her job, and she doesn't really like it. She hates it. And then she says she doesn't think she would. She doesn't know she would if cloud engineer is something she wanted to do, and she thinks she might not like it. Even if you don't like it, you're still making 4 or 5, I think 6 times more, right? Is what she was making as her current occupation. And so in my head, it's just like that didn't really make any sense. Like in terms of, yeah, like they're at a physical location. They're working the full 8 hours. Not even working the 8 hours, they're commuting, they're preparing for lunch. Like as opposed to working remote, even if you didn't like your job, you still have the benefits of waking up, like waking up, like I'm not gonna say whenever you want, but it's pretty flexible. You don't have to commute to work, no traffic. You can travel, and you're gonna like traveling, right?
what?
The money to like travel. You don't feel like you have to like penny pinch. Go ahead. You was about to say something?
I was about to say, like, and it's crazy too, because again, different folks, different strokes. Like, there's so many opportunities, exactly, like even for remote work and everything like that for this particular field.
Mhm.
But just say like there's a million, say there's like 10 million jobs, right? For cloud engineering, whatever that's remote. That's for people that want to work remote. Some people actually do like going in office, like hybrid, where you want to go in office and do 2 days in office or 3 days in office. If that's you also, I will tell you that if there's 10 million remote, there is 30 million hybrid and on site, because it is even way much more like where the doors is. There's even way much more opportunity for you, like because like you're willing to like go in the office because maybe you like dressing up in the office. You just like that environment. You just don't want to be in the house all day, like because there is just different people. That's also what I realized. Because for example, like with me, I was bougie with. I'm like, hey, like begging me, like, yo, if you come in office, we'll give you this, and I'm the one that's like on some. I only want remote. That's me. But again, somebody else can see that too. If you want to do that, go ahead and take that because there's even way much more opportunity for you.
Mhm.
100%.
All right. So what would you say? What was the biggest change in your life after securing the 166,000 remote cloud engineer position?
The biggest change in my life is like, I think with me, it's really it's a confidence thing. And the biggest thing is it's a confidence thing in the career space. Whereas like, granted, I could talk about lifestyle, I could talk about, how I could travel or I could do this or this, that, or that. But I could say it's a confidence thing to where it's like I was able to get a job because of the skill I know. So like I know what no matter what, I'm 25 years old. I'm about to turn 26. For the rest of my life, the fact that I have the skill that I'm not gonna lose, and I literally already got a job, like there is no way in the rest of my life I will never not make 6 figures.
And you'll never have to worry about money ever
I
again.
will like there's no way in the rest of my life. Like I'm not gonna make like I'm not gonna make 6 figures. 6 figures because I have the skill. And that's like the biggest thing. Like it's like a now that I got a job, like, and I'm working, I'm like, dang, like I'm really here. And it's like there's really no turning back. There's really no turning back. Like it's just one of those things. It's just like, you know, kind of like school. Once you get a degree, you have that degree forever. Whether you use it or not, you still have that degree forever. You know, this skill, I got it forever. So now it's like, if I, you know what I'm saying? Like that, I think that's the biggest change. If I'm really reflecting, it's like, damn, like that's just, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just different.
Like I said, 500,000 is more so like the standard. Like if like it's like if you don't have $1,000 in your bank account for emergency fund, it's more so like, oh, like I need to go get that 1,000. That's my standard. But like, and even though I teach people in the program to raise your standards, it's not 1,000 in the bank. It's 100,000 that needs to be there. Not really, because I don't believe in saving inflation. But my main point is now having this skill set, it's more so just like you said, like the confidence, like, bro, like it's more so like you put yourself through something that not a lot of people would do to attain this skill. Like it's really that confidence, like, yeah, I did this thing not a lot of people can do, and now I have this result that not a lot of people can go through. I mean, I won't say not a lot of people, but not a lot of people choose to.
Mhm.
And it's like, how many 26-year-old do you know that's making 166,000 a year? And like not, and that's not even like the baseline. I'm talking how many 26-year-old people that's making
Right. I'm 25. I'm about to turn 26. Spin back when I'm about to turn 27. Like, you feel me? Like, we get to run this again. Like, and I can tell you how it's gonna be different then, because that's another thing too. The type of mindset I have, like, like I really think like it's the 1% university. So you already know my mindset, where I'm trying to get to and everything. When I'm trying to build, like, I'm aiming for the generational wealth, portion of it, and like, I'm literally on the right path, and I'm gonna get gonna get there. Like, it's not a, and that's another thing too. Like, the fact that I was able to get through this program and just really understand the skill, like, it's just another thing where it's like, if I was able to learn all this, put in the time with this, like it's a mindset thing too. Like, I could do that with anything. So like, why can't I do the same thing with like a real estate? Why can't I do the same thing with like a stocks? Why can't I do the same thing with like property management? Why can't I do the same thing with who knows whatever? It's like, yo, you put in time. There was a language you didn't know. There was a whole bunch of different tools and skills and complex things that you didn't know, that now you know like the back of your hand.
And so based off of, because I didn't just teach cloud engineering, I gave you guys tool to like learn to like set goals and like structure. I gave you guys structure based off of like that foundational structure. How do you feel like you can use that to like learn or obtain any other like field out there, like real estate, stocks?
There's I could literally learn anything now. I can so seek information. I know how to like go get information, learn information, retain information, to then teach information. I know how to do that. Like, now it's like it's literally a part of me now. Like,
And so what would you, because like for me, I hated like studying because I didn't know how to learn. Like I don't know, you felt the same way, but like when I like now that I know how to learn, like, and I like when I teach, like this stuff is fun. Like I was like, bro, like me saying I love to learn, I think it's fun. It's like outrageous to like my past. My past self would be like, bro, you tripping. But it's like it's crazy because it's like it's power. Like you can literally go out there, learn something, you can see the world differently, apply it, and your life will like literally dramatically your life dramatically change. Like, so anyways, in terms of like, generational wealth, like what would you say, how does the 1% university provide that? Because we do more than just cloud engineer. How do you think, for what you've seen and what you know about the university, how that can create, generational wealth or wealth in general?
yeah, I mean, it's a way where it's like how you got the freshman year, sophomore year. I'm not gonna get into everything. Just like the way you like set it up is more so, it's the information is not hard to understand, and it's just more so like it's a mindset thing, but it's also just reading things where it's like, oh, like, that's another thing too. Like, sometimes you look at things and it's like, yo, that is just seems so complex, and like sometimes it's like it's really not even all that complex, and like information is, knowledge is power and stuff, and it's just like, who's sharing that information or who you talking to. Like, sometimes it's just a circle thing. Like, you know, you got these people making this much, and this is information they know, and people that know that information is people that know them, or people that are just willing to go seek it. So it's just one of those things where it's like, you look at like the 1% university and just how like they have just different programs and just different things where it's like, and granted, it's optional too. It's not like you're forced to do it.
Mhm.
Like, with this entire program, I'm not forced or obligated to do nothing. Like,
Mhm.
I everything I want to do. Like, I can be content where I want to be. I can want to learn more, seek more information. Again, like you said, you built a game and a love for like learning. Same with me. Like, and even teaching. Like, I like, you know, whether I'm teaching imaginary students, or if I have a brother who wants to come like 3 years and he wants to learn, I might teach him myself, you
Mhm.
know, because I can. I'm
Mhm.
like, it's information, you know. It's like, it's so cool where it's like you just learn so much, and there's just so much there for you where it's like you can be set up for greatness, like, if you want. Like,
I try to I try to make it in a way where like freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year, like it's so like step by step. Like if you go through it, even you can't graduate. The capstone is making your first $1 million net worth. And so like it sounds kind of crazy, but like you said, it seems complex until someone shows you like, yo, it's really not that complicated. You do this, 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 this. It's just more so spending that time and energy doing it, but most importantly, having the desire to want to do it. Like this isn't for people who don't want like I don't want to be a vegan, even though I know it's probably healthier for me, right? Not everyone wants, to create wealth, and that's fine. But like those people who want it, I know I wanted it, and I wish I had something like this. So that's why I created something like so systematic, so step by step, and so simplistic. I broke down complex concepts into something that a fifth grader can understand. And I wanted to do that because I wish I had that. So it's just yeah, like for you, your next step, man, I mean, you already know the next steps.
Yeah.
I
So,
already know.
and I'm on it. Like it's like I said, like it's just a self-paced, a self-control thing. How bad do you want it thing where it's like you just come here and you just look and you just reflect. Like I said, I go back to my day one self all the time, and it's like, yeah, but again, we here now. So it's like
Mhm,
all that we just, continue with what we're doing now. So nah, it's just I'm telling you, like it's super solid.
mhm. So the last question is, where do you think you'd be now if you hadn't joined the program?
God, what I think I'll be now. If I hadn't joined the program, I think I would have been probably still trying to finesse and find a way to get to six figures. Whether that was through cybersecurity, um, or remote work or something, or again, just trying to find some way to get to six figures quicker. You know, like an easy way, just trying to get there, or something like that. And I don't know. Then again, I have a mindset where it's like I feel like maybe I could have been able to finesse it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm,
still got there somehow.
mhm,
Also, because or like even taking a slow route, like within cybersecurity, like a lot of people it does take them a lot of time. Like, and that's another thing too. Like for example, if I stayed in cybersecurity all the way through, like I talked to like talking to coworkers and just other people within my field, I could have got to six figures like in 4 years,
mhm,
like 4 years. But also there's that too. Like, okay, you finally get to six figures. Like right now, I'm making 166. I know for sure, like within cybersecurity, to get to that in cybersecurity, what like the pace I was doing and trying to just work my way up, it took me like 3 years,
mhm,
3, 4 years for sure. And it's like 3, 4 years when it's like, I just changed my life in a year. Like you
mhm.
even short, way much shorter than a year, actually, like way much shorter than a year. But like all it took was, you know, like your life can change in a year. Like
I mean, it's crazy because like everyone goes through the program differently. Like the I don't know if you know Greg, but Greg he literally finished the course in 13 days. Now, mind you, he's has background in this stuff too, but like he literally was just like, nah, I need to make 500K like now, and like he works remote, he works like 1 hour a day, so he has the time to do that. But also, I had someone else to do this stuff in a month. Now they're going for jobs, or they're applying for jobs now, but it's just more so like completing that the information. Like it averagely, I say 2 to 3 months, but in term that's to get the skill. To get the offer letter, I can't control that. It's with due time, right? But at least you have the skill. If you do get like interviews, you're not if when you do get interviews, you're able to like secure an offer letter in due time. Um, but not just wanted to throw that out there. So like, if you're like looking at your past self, you're like, yo, how much were you making?
so I was making without like my personal business and stuff 65.
So 65. How much was that a month?
Shit, maybe
4,500.
yeah, for like 45, for 4,000, 4,500 a month.
So you went from 4,500 a month now to 14,000. Now, mind you, of course, you have to take taxes out. I think it's probably like 11,000. But 4,500 to let's just round down and say 11,000. Like that is almost a 3x.
Literally.
And that's just one job. Like that's not even like scaling up to 500,000. Like the how insane it is for someone to go to school. And we're just talking about money, not even like passion, but someone to go to school, be a doctor, 12, 13, I don't know how long, like 12 plus years, 8, 12 years, right? And then if you're specializing, it's more years. And then the income is, let's just say 300,000 or 150 to 300. I'm not sure, as opposed to someone going through a program that shortcuts a lot of the BS that you don't need to know in school and get straight to the the heart of like what you'll need to know and do on the job. And to be able to scale that to $500,000 is insane. And people are doing 1.2 mil, 1.7 mil. Like people, I'm not just throwing people I actually know.
Nah, bro, I know how to be in tech. Like I know that. And that's the thing. Like, me being from a tech background, I understand it. And it's like not only just that, like how you said, but it's like you said, even though it is a shortcut, quote unquote, that shortcut is like imagine like if this is like a route, this is a route where you jump in, turn in, like going through different hula hoops and challenges and like it's like fear factor times 10,000 or something. Like if it's like some type of like route or something, because like you said, like how those doctors, you know, it takes them like 8 years. But imagine if there was like a program where it's like, in 1 year, you're gonna learn 8 years worth of doctor stuff and
Mhm.
who's in like again,
An
like
accelerated program.
there's no way to get around it because the only way you pass is knowing the shit. There's no other way. There's no multiple choice. There's like I said, there's no multiple choice. There's just none of that. Like so, you got to know it. And not only do you have to know it, you have to know it. And then if we ask you about follow ups, you have to know that too. So like you really got to know this stuff like in and out. So it's just one of those things. Like yeah, it's a shortcut, but it's like you're gonna put in some work. Like you're gonna work your ass off. Like for sure, and you're gonna get it.
There's a there's a um like when you try to drive to New York from like Maryland or like Washington D.C., there's like two different routes. One route is like it goes like all the way around, so it's like it's long. I think it's like 8 hours. I can't remember. But then the other route is like 2 hours.
With
It's
toll.
what? Yeah, but you pay, right? I mean, you pay for the tolls. It's like even when it comes to you know trying to learn this stuff for free or like paying for someone, and I tell people you don't gotta pay for my program. I'm still gonna be fine. Like, but pay someone that has the results that you want so you can get there faster, so you can start to reap the rewards faster, so you can make money faster. Because every single month that you're not making $25,000, your past self that was making 4,500, if you let's round it up to 5,000 per month. Every single month you are paying an opportunity cost of $20,000 because there is even for where you are right now, you're at 14, right? 25. I mean, you're on the road to doing that or 25,000 a month. But my main point is your past self is paying 20,000 a month because you're making 5,000, but you could be making 25. And so you're literally because you don't want to pay someone to get there faster, you every single month you're paying 20,000. That's why for me, I always invest. I don't care how much it is. I'm gonna figure it out. When I was still trying to come up. Now it's kind of easy for me to like, put money out there to invest in myself. I don't have to go into debt like I used to. I don't advise people to do what I do. To do what I did. I went into debt to like learn information. So and I got here faster. But my main point is, you know, I advise people to have a sense of urgency to get to the end result because your life could change a lot faster and you start making money a lot faster and you're not paying opportunity costs. Like, what is it worth it to you to not be stuck in traffic, hating your job, seeing people traveling, having abundance of money? Like, what is that? How much? Like, what is that worth to you? So that's what, and I tell people, look, like I said, I'm not trying to say nothing. Like, you don't got to join my program. Like, if you don't want it, I wouldn't even want you to join, but join a program, someone that has the results that you want, someone that has a step-by-step blueprint to get there, and other people have gone through that to get the result. Like that's what you need to look for to before you invest. But invest. Do not be cheap. Open your hand. Don't hoard money. Open it so abundance can flow through it. Like, but yeah, man. Do you have any thoughts before we, go ahead and edit the?
I think I said everything I had to say. I think you know like this is not no like you ain't pay me to do this. This is not no like none of this is forced. None of this is like all this is just authentic. Like if people know me as a person, like I don't have to do any of this. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like because even though like I was making 65, like I'm also a DJ too. Like I was making some healthy money DJing too. Like my life was lit too. But it's like now what I just did for my life personally, I changed my life completely. Like whereas like I'm even just still trying to fathom like, yo, who am I in a sense? Because it's like what I was doing before. I think I was living a great life too. Like it's not like I'm not a person who I know people be having different sob stories and different things and struggle stories and stuff. I honestly didn't even like me. I didn't even have a struggle story. I'm not. I'm saying like I was not depressed. I was not upset. Like I was not unhappy with where I was in life. Like with me personally, it was none of that. You know what I'm saying? It was just more so I just wanted better for myself. I was like, yo, life is great right now. And you're telling me there's a way I can make my life even better? I'm gonna
Mhm.
go I'm gonna do that. And now I just made my life better to where I'm even looking like, yo, like, now I'm here and like at this point, I'm more so like I'm just excited to see what like life has. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just more so on some like, like now that life is even this better and great. Like I'm really just on some let me closer with God. That's what I'm on right now for like honestly. But you
Mhm.
know, it's great. I can't complain, man. Like I really can't complain. And like I said, if there's somebody that's hungry, they know they're gonna put the work in, they're gonna put the time in. Like, yo, this is easy. Like this is just a no-brainer. And it's one of those things like, hey, you're gonna be like, oh, it costs this much, or I don't want to do it, and you're just gonna let this opportunity pass by. And it's gonna be somebody else that's like, you know what? I'm gonna invest in myself, I'm gonna do it. And what you're gonna see is gonna happen. You're gonna continue with your path, and they're gonna continue with they're gonna be on a whole nother path. And their life is gonna change within months, and you're gonna see it because honestly, like it literally happened to me with you.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's the thing. It literally happened with me with you to where it's like, wow. Because I remember when you first started learning everything and just was doing everything, you came to me and said, hey, bro, like, you know, it's like you dare to discover Bitcoin, like, hey, bro, like I might have invest in Bitcoin, bro. You should invest with me. And I was just like,
Nah.
I'm good. I'm good to now. You fast forward literally like 3, 6 months, and you're like, yeah, bro, I make it 300. I'm like, bro, wait, hold on, bro. Like
Yeah.
I no, like I could like I read our messages and I'm just like, damn, like I was literally right there with you.
Yeah.
I was literally right there with you. And again, you just invested in yourself, put the time in. You know what I'm saying? I was on some procrastination, laziness. I'm like, bro, I'm not even on that. Like, you're good, bro. Just go ahead.
Mhm.
Look at you now.
Yeah.
Look at you now. And it's crazy because like, granted, like
I just got another offer letter. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and granted, granted, if I started with you, like, you know what I'm saying, we could have been woo but it's like, regardless, like, it's like you fast forward and it's like, look where I'm at now too. Like, you
mhm.
ain't too far off. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't too far off from you, like, in the sense of like, getting because I had the skill also.
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
stuff, I know, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
and it's like because you put the time in and I put the time in too. So it's just super cool. But it's like I seen that, and that's how it is with the program. Like you're gonna see that where it's like people are gonna join, people are not going to join, but the people that join, if they put in the work, they're serious or whatever like that, they're going to get to where they're trying to go to. You that didn't join, this is not what's going to happen for you. But who
Yeah.
knows? Join them because you might end up spinning the block because I've seen that too.
That's happened. That's happened with some people in the program now.
And mind you, I talk to them too because like it's like again, we all speak a language to where it's like we can have these conversations together. And people tell
Mhm.
me, yo, um, I was bullshitting, whatever. I wasn't doing this, and I left and I quit. But now I spun back or whatever because this spark of energy happened, and now they're there. I see it with what I'm saying. One of my classmates, I was talking with him, like he was telling me the same thing. I'm like, dang, it's crazy. And I look where he at. It's like, yo, it's super cool. Like it's just like, damn, bro, like, yeah, it's super cool, man.
It's crazy because the time that you join, the price of my program is 7 times more. And the crazy part is, even the price that it's at now, even if I doubled it, it's still at a discounted price based off of like every month. Like you're not even done. You're making 14,000 a month. Like even making, if we're just comparing the price of my pro, even if it's like at 10,000, right? You pay me 10,000, and like you got to the end goal in 1 month, you made your money back. Sorry, let's say instead of 14,000, after tax 11,000 in 1 month. And so if we do 3 months, you 3x your money. If you do a 12 months, you 12x your money. Like if you put $10,000 in the stock market and it comes back it comes back with $100,000, you just 10 extra money. That's an amazing investment. That's what my program provides. Even at the amount that is out, right? And we're not even at 25,000 a month. And you're not done, really. So in terms of where you are now, even if you pay 10,000, it's still an amazing investment. Like you making 10 times what you paid. So it's just like that's what I try to be like. My price is like heavily discounted right now, but it's still I still did 7 times about what it was worth when you join. And so that just shows like, yo, get in when it's cheap. Cause I'm next month, I'm increasing my prices. Like it will never be that.
And I can and I can't blame you. Like I see the tool. I see what it is, man. Like I see the program. It's like, yo, if somebody wants to invest in themselves, they're gonna invest in themselves. Like I said, like I literally just like laid it all out, you know.
Mhm. It's crazy because like if you think about school, like you cannot finish my program, you cannot finish my school unless you're a millionaire. Like literally, you like the capstone is implementing freshman year, sophomore year, and junior year to make your first mill. You do that within 1 to 3 years. Like you cannot graduate without making a million, without making $500,000 a year, not living paycheck to paycheck, like having a portfolio that's making money for you, that's paying for your expenses. Like literally, you can end without making $1 million net worth. Like that is literally the capstone, and like you can't graduate. It's like it's crazy because college don't teach you that. Like you don't even leave college without with the job. You gotta find
Man, literally.
that. So yeah, man, that's pretty much everything, man. I appreciate the time. This was an amazing conversation. And yeah, man, let's keep on pushing forward.
Nah, for sure, bro. We gotta run it up, man. I told you.
Let's get it. Yes, sir.